Daniel Richardson,
Dylan Schumacher.
Citadel Defense. You're looking bright today.
Yeah, this is really a loud shirt, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Anyway, I think contrast.
Oh, yeah.
We're here today to talk to you guys about kind of double action versus single action versus strike fire, and what is the best option for everyday carry. And now, for me, this is kind of a big issue because I think it's really important that we have consistency, right? Every single time you go to pull the trigger, it's the exact same thing. Not that I expect one thing and then I have to readjust for the next trigger pull. I think if you want to be as consistent as possible, you need to carry a gun that provides you with consistency in every single trigger pull.
Do you think it's possible to train to a point where you can manage a double action, single action trigger?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think it's definitely possible, but I think it's a lot harder, and I think it's, I don't know, I think it'd be something that'd be fairly hard to master, just because you're constantly switching from one trigger pull to another.
Yep. I agree. I think you can get there. I just think the amount of training to get there is, I'm going to make up a random number, so don't hold me to this, but like let's say it's 150% more training that you'd need compared to a striker fire to get to the same skill level.
So why?
Right?
Why?
Yeah.
It seems unnecessary to me.
Yeah. And originally, guys, they made double action, single action guns for safety, right? So it's a double action hammer, so if you drop it or whatever, it's not going to go off. Nothing's going to force that hammer forward. Today, with modern striker fire guns, you can chamber that sucker and toss it down the stairs. It's going to be fine.
Welcome to the future.
It's not going to go off. So there's no reason anymore for a double action, single action guy. And I say that as a guy who has some sympathies for double action, single action triggers, and Daniel will just make fun of me all day long for it. So Daniel, what would you say to someone who wants to carry a 1911? That's a single action only gun.
I would say don't.
Okay.
Don't. I mean, there's other factors involved, you guys. I like the fact that it has a consistent trigger pull, but we're talking about a safety, which, we'll do a video on that at some point, which we don't think is a good idea. It's got limited round capacity. I think the 45 is cool, but and it's heavy and it looks sexy as hell, but it's not. It's dumb. And
again, everybody should know by this point, and if you don't, just get out of guns. The 1911s just aren't as reliable as compared to stuff like Glocks or M&Ps or what have you. They're just not. Now, maybe yours is, and it's some super special custom $8,000 gun, but in general, if you're just going to pick up a Glock off the shelf or a 1911 off the shelf, that Glock is probably going to run and run and run and run. And that 1911 might or might not.
Yeah, you guys, it's the future, okay? Just accept that it's the future. The last thing I'd say is people just worry too much about like how a gun looks and if it's cool or not, or if it's edgy, and they don't like the fact that Glock is super blocky and boring. Well, get over it, because it works and it's great and it's customizable, and I get the same trigger pull every time.
Consistency, guys. Come train with us. Go train with someone. We'd love to come down to where you're at, or come on up to Minnesota.
Thanks, guys.